How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today I want to show you how to make a rock farm here for Farming Simulator 22. And you may be thinking, Driver, why in the world do I need a rock farm? Well, you don't, but it's a great way to make some additional income whenever you don't really have a whole lot of other things going on your farm. Now, we know that you can turn off rocks, but every time you start a new field, if they've got rocks in them, you still have to get them out or you're going to damage all of your equipment. So I figured, you know what? I like rocks. They're a lot of fun to use because it's another step in the game and it's something different here for Farming Simulator 22. And I actually really enjoy taking care of the rocks here in the fields. And I figured out a way that you can make some additional money, like a decent amount of money by using your rocks here. Now, it's not going to be by just selling them straight up. It's going to be using another mod. And then we're going to go over that here in a little bit once I show you what we have here in front of us. So what we have is just a regular John Deere 4755 that you start with here on Elm Creek. It's only got 190 horsepower. And right here we also got the Elho Scorpio 550. It's also a base game piece of equipment, and I like this one a lot more than the other ones because you can keep it directly in line with what you've got going on. This Lizard 6M right here is the key to this entire thing. I really enjoy this because it's just a little bit wider than your rock picker is back here. It's a great piece of equipment. And also the tractor doesn't really seem to have a big problem in using both of these pieces of equipment at the same time. And you can even use a worker with this. So let me go ahead and show you what we're going to do. I'm over here on the edge of the field, and the first thing that I want to go ahead and do is I want to put down my plow. So we're going to unfold it, and then we're going to drop it down in the ground. And the reason I've got it this direction is because the workers like it this way. When you turn it around the other way, they don't really like it at all. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and unfold my rock picker right here, and then we're going to put it down also. All right, there we go. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and start going forward. And as you can see, I've got a cultivated field here, but it's already got some rocks in it. But all I'm going to do is when I get up here, I'm going to turn on my rock picker. There we go. And then it's going to start filling up. Now I've got this thing almost full already because there's another trick to this that I want to show you. So we're going along, we're making some pretty good rocks, and the awesome thing about this is whenever you have a cultivated state, it's going to go ahead and give you some big rocks. So what we're going to do is swing around, and as you can see, it gave me a cultivated state again. All right, so now that I've got it going here a little bit, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and hire a worker, and I'm going to hop out, and you guys are going to see. Now there is a little bit of wheel slip, I'll admit that, but they're going along. They're picking everything up. No problem at all. And when I jump back in here, you can see that even with the worker, it's going to be 7 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour. So it's really, really nice. Now, I am playing on PC right now, but this trick does work on console as well. Now that we've got our rock picker full, I want to go ahead and show you how to unload into a trailer a pretty easy way. And that is going to be using a placeable ramp right here. This mod is available on the mod hub, and it gets you right up there at a really, really good level to be able to put into it. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and back up this ramp. All right. Whenever we get up here, we should get the notification that we need to unload. So what I'm going to do is come back here, and there it is. Now you can see that we have that notification. I'm going to go ahead and start dumping some stones into this. So we're only going to do maybe about 500 liters. All right. A little bit more than that. So that is the first part of this. You've got to be able to put some rocks into your trailer. Now, there are other ways. You could use a ramp that you create yourself. You can use a creek if you have one, something like that. But this right here, it's a mod available on the mod hub. It's not too bad. The next thing I'd like to go over is how to increase the capacity of your rock picking capabilities here. So if you're out in the field and you want to carry more rocks, how do you do it? Well, you're going to need one of these, and this is the front lifter right here. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to put this on the back of that trailer over there and then hook up the rock picker in line also. So let me show you how to do that. So now you have your trailer and you want to attach your front lifter. All you're going to have to do is back up to it just like this. It's going to need a rear hitch on it. Whenever you get close, boom, there you go. Let's come back here and look at it. And there it is. Now it bolts right up to the frame. It's good. The PTO is still going to work. It's going to be great. One thing though, if you try and detach it, what it's going to do is it's actually going to detach your trailer too. And it's going to give you these like spaghetti hoses. That's what we call them, or like elastic hoses. So what you need to do is get this far enough away from your front lifter here that you can detach your trailer. All right, so you come around here to the backside. I know the hoses look really weird, but all you got to do is get this thing far enough away that it's not going to register that it wants to reattach it. You're going to come up here in the front. And now what you can do is detach, and see that? Everything goes away. And then you can reattach to your trailer right there. So that's how you get rid of those elastic hoses. But we want to go ahead and leave this thing on here. And if I'm on just a regular trailer, I can detach it and it's perfectly fine. It's not an issue. So we're going to hook up, and I'm just going to back up in front of the rock picker here. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my plow too, just to save me a little bit of time. So we're going to go ahead and back up. You just want to make sure you're right in line with it, and you should be able to find it. So as you can see, boom, there we go. Now, when you bring it back over to your field, it may not look like it's actually doing anything because the wheels are off the ground, but trust me, if we start moving here, you can see down there in the bottom corner, I'm at 2022 right now. If I keep on going, I'm up to 2030, so it is working. Now, workers do not really like to turn around with this very easily. It is possible, but they find it very, very difficult. So maybe a different trailer that's got a different type of pivot joint would work a little bit easier for you. I haven't tested a whole lot of them. Try them out. But the one thing you are going to need to know about this trick, you have to have rocks in your trailer before this will work. That's why I recommend putting the ramp over there so you can dump into here, and then you're going to be able to go. So your capacity is now whatever your trailer capacity is, and the speed of your equipment is now going to be dictated by the strength of your tractor. Meaning that if you've got a lot of rocks in that trailer, it's just naturally going to slow down if it doesn't have a lot of horsepower. But it is possible right now with just this base game tractor right here at only 190 horsepower. And the last part of how to set up a rock farm is going to be this piece of equipment right here. Now, this is a production facility, and it's actually called the Stone Crushing Lime Production with lights and solar panels. And the really awesome thing about this is you get to put your rocks in over here. You can either drop them here on the ground, or you can put them up here in the top. Now, you're not going to make money on it whenever you put them in here because you own this production facility. But what it's going to allow you to do is actually turn it on and make some lime. And you can either use that lime or you can sell it for a really, really good cost. Let me go ahead and get some rocks in here really quick, and I'll show you what I mean. Here we are in the production chains, and you can see we've got our lime facility selected right now. What I want to do is go ahead and turn this on to running. Now I've got about 1,400 liters of rock that I need to process here, but it's got a really, really good ratio of 1,000 liters of rock to 4,000 liters of lime. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's going to do 480 cycles a month. It's going to cost you $120 a month, but don't worry about that cost. You're going to make it back, no problem. What I'm going to do now is speed up time to get all of these stones processed into lime. And there we go. As you can see, we now have 5,830 liters of lime being stored. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Now, you may be wondering, well, how do you sell lime? Let me go here to our prices menu. And if we come down all the way to lime here, you can see that there's now this one station called Lime Production that's actually buying the lime, and it's $4,615. This price does fluctuate up and down, but right now that is a really, really good price. And let me go ahead and come across here and show you exactly where this facility is at. It's right here. It's selling itself. All you need to do now is come back down to your production menu, and instead of storing, you just need to turn this on to selling. And at the top of the hour, it is going to sell for you. Now we have 5,830 liters of lime. Let's go ahead and speed up our time here just a little bit to the top of the hour and see how much money we make. As you can see, we have $41,213. That's going to be a profit of $3,541. That's pretty good. Now, it's not quite the price that we see here, but it's still $3,500. That's a pretty good profit for just a little bit amount of work that it takes to fill up 1,300 liters of rock. So what I recommend on this is if you've got some other stuff going on and you've got just a little spot of field that you can set aside and just make some rocks and then turn that into lime, this is a great way to be able to make a little bit of extra cash without having to take care of any seeds or fertilizer or lime or anything like that. You could run this thing year round. Now, yes, it's going to do maintenance on the vehicle. You're going to have fuel costs associated with it too, but I don't think you spent $3,500 to be able to make that amount of lime. So that's the trick. That's how you set up a rock farm here on your operation. I mean, you can take it all the way like I did, or you can only use part of the information here and just use the plow on the front of a tractor while you're rock picking to save yourself some time and a little bit of money, from the maintenance and the fuel of only making one pass instead of two. Well, that's going to be it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you would. If you want to stay up to date on any other tips and tricks videos that we have here on Farming Simulator 22, consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you do, hit that notification bell too. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Till next time, this is Driver 53, signing off.